Swami Mitrananda ji is being conducted onto the stage by Sri Mahesh Baliga, former regional coordinator of Chinmaya Yuva Kendra Kerala, trustee Chinmaya Seva Trust Kerala, and member of the organizing committee of Chinmaya Shankaram 2024. I request Sri Mahesh Baliga ji to honor Puja Swami Mitrananda ji with a pannada. Now I invite Dr. Mrs. Leela Ramamurthy, trustee Chinmaya Mission Educational and Cultural Trust Greater Cochin and program coordinator of Chinmaya Shankaram 2024 to formally present Swamiji to the August gathering.
Hari Om. Hari Om Swamiji, welcome to this August gathering. Swami Mitrananda ji started his journey as Chinmaya Yuva Kendra member. Swamiji leads the All India Chinmaya Yuva Kendra, the global youth division of the Chinmaya Mission. As a social activist, he travels worldwide to advocate for Vedantic truth. His initiatives focus on youth empowerment, fostering societal peace, and promoting global collaboration. Swami Mitrananda ji is a renowned corporate speaker in India and abroad and has represented the country at various international forums. He also played a key role in coordinating the C20 platform for non-governmental perspectives at the G20 summit. He represented the Indian community in the World Hindu Congress in Bangkok very recently. We wholeheartedly welcome you, Swamiji, and are waiting for your words of wisdom. Hari Om.
Let's attune ourselves to the wisdom of Swami Mitrananda ji. Swamiji, we eagerly await your enlightening words.
समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं. My salutations to Swami Vivekananda and to all sannyasis present here. Pranam. Am I audible? Is it clear? It was Swami Vivekananda ji who consistently followed up that I should be here. So could not refuse his invite. Thank you, Swamiji, for having me here. Gurudev called Adi Shankara the fittest spiritual general. It's a very beautiful way of looking at Adi Shankara. I have some quotes. I'll start one with what Gurudev said. This perspective, how Gurudev looks at Shankara, is something which we should look at. There's a lot to learn from this understanding. Here Gurudev says, the more we learn to adore Sri Adi Shankaracharya, not as divine incarnation, the more we learn to adore Sri Adi Shankaracharya, not as divine incarnation, but as sincere man inspired to serve the country and reconquer the nation from its slavery to alien ideologies. Then the more we shall successfully pay our homage to Shankara and to our culture. This insight is important. Because it is a very natural thing for us Hindus that when we see someone doing extraordinary things, the natural tribute we pay is we will call that person Avatar. Is an avatar. Shiva's incarnation. When you call him Shiva's incarnation, what's so great about writing commentaries? For Shiva, Lord Shiva to write commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, is it a big thing? For Shiva to go transform people, is it a big thing? In a flash he can do. But when it's natural, anybody doing well, we immediately say he should be an avatar. And once we call somebody an avatar, it gives us a kind of a comfort. You and I need not do anything. Oh, they are Avatara Purusha, so we don't have to do anything. Gurudev removes that idea. He says it will be better if we understand Shankara not as divine incarnation, but as a human born who lived with us and went out to achieve. Then there is awe. What Shankara did is unimaginable. Can't think of. I understand people have come from different parts of the country and different parts of Kerala. If you have to walk back home after this camp for 4 days, if you have to walk back home, how long do you think it will take for you? Walk. From here, if you have to walk to Chennai, 700 kilometers, how many days will it take? 25 kilometers a day, average speed. I have walked, so I know. Narmada Parikrama I did. Average 25 kilometers per day we can cover. From here to Chennai, 700 kilometers. Shankara, when he was 8 years old, left Ernakulam to Omkareshwar, 8-year-old child. Leaving all that which is known and searching the unknown. In pursuit of the unknown, dropping the known, he walked. 8-year-old walking from here to Omkareshwar, 1500 plus kilometers, 8-year-old, unimaginable. Think. Not sure where the next meal would come from. Not sure where a person would rest. I'm talking 8-year-old child. 8-year-old means what? Second standard? Second standard child. Walking from here to Omkareshwar. Unthinkable, sir. For a second standard child, from school to go back home is difficult. Someone has to accompany. And here is a boy, a child walks all the way from here to Omkareshwar to know the truth. What a journey that would have been. We need to see that way. Then there is Shiva came here and Shiva walked from Kaladi or from Ernakulam to Omkareshwar. It's not a big deal. But 8-year-old child doing, is a great wonder. So Gurudev's, that line is beautiful. We can pay better homage to Adi Shankara if we look at him as a human than as divine incarnation. Because then there is a great inspiration, great motivation. I also should try to do something, because he was also born like you and me, human, but he scaled a height. Then that height becomes an inspiration. We would like to emulate that. It gives us hope that we can also attempt. So Shankara's life that way, if you see, was a prodigy, brilliant childhood. We have always heard, double promotion. If a child studies well, you say, okay, skip one class, double promotion. Triple promotion we have never heard of. Maybe a rare case. That which Shankara should study in 12 years, he did it in 2 years. What generally takes 12 years to study, he could complete it in 2 years. Double, triple, 4, 5, 6 promotions, one go. Prodigy. And on his journey from the known to the unknown, when he reached Omkareshwar, he met his Guru, Govind Shankarpad. This meeting is also very beautiful. Govind Pad was in his meditation, very rarely connecting to people, all by himself. And this little boy goes there, waits till the master comes out of his daily meditation. And when he looks a little boy standing there, an 8-year-old, the teacher asks, what brings you here? Why have you come here? And Shankara inspires him instantly. Verses which can make one understand that I have not come here for ordinary things. I have come here to know the truth. Other things, if I want, I would have understood. But I have come here to know the truth. So that meeting, like, what do you want? Introduce yourself. He goes on to say, the crux of Nirvan Shatakam is what the way he introduced. I'm neither human, nor body, nor mind. This is not me, this is not me. I'm seeking. Now that seeker in Shankara was prominent. So that's a beautiful meeting between the Guru and Shishya. He studied with him. Officially initiated once again into sannyas. Called him Bhagavad Pada. That's how Govind Pada initiated him. But as a teenager, 12 years now, 11, 12, this boy tells, I want to write commentary on Prasthanatraya. For our 11, 12-year-old people, you ask what is Prasthanatraya, they won't know. Why, somebody here also may not know what is Prasthanatraya. This boy, I want to write commentary, opening. I want to write commentary on Prasthanatraya, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads and Brahma Sutra. He didn't want to start with something small. I want to start commentary from that. Brahma Sutra commentary, Bhagavad Gita commentary, Upanishads commentary. Imagine a child asking that. The Guru looked, and Guru, of course, he knew he's a smart boy. He said, go slow, okay? You're going too fast. calm down a bit, go a little slow. To start, you write commentary on Vishnu Sahasranama. Guru's advice. Govind Padji says, shh, 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 shh. Hello? Leela? Shh. Leela? Hello? No. You. Her volume is more. She's going to reduce the volume. No. Thank you. He said, want to write commentary on Vishnu Sahasranama. Please go write commentary on Vishnu Sahasranama. Now, this is Sanatana Dharma. How do we seek God? 1,000 ways. Look at the culture we come from. Not one method or two methods. Vishnu Sahasranama, Shiva Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama. These are 1,000 ways to invoke that. Look at the richness of what we come from, to what we belong. 1,000 ways to invoke the Lord. 1,000 ways to connect to the Lord. How beautiful that is. And Shankara writes commentary on Vishnu Sahasranam. Almost each name can be meditated upon. Holding on to one name can lead us to that. How beautiful is this? You don't have to study the entire literature. Take one name. Hang on to that name. Hold on to it. Go deep into it. That name can reveal the truth. Think. So Shankara writes on such a beautiful commentary on 1,000 names of Vishnu. Govind Pad must have been thrilled reading it. Would have been a kind of a revelation looking at it and reading, saying how beautiful this is. Then Govind Padji tells him, you are given permission to write anything. Only one condition, whatever you write, preserve it. Whatever you write, preserve it, because that would serve humanity. Think. And from there Shankara writes commentaries. And those commentaries on Prasthanatraya is an authenticity even today. Pramana. People refer and check what I understand, is it in line with that? So beautiful. And it's not just a broader way. Shankara in his commentary goes into details. Like for example, in his commentary on Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Karma Kaushalam, a verse very often quoted, and we translate it as dexterity in action is yoga. Dexterity in action. If you see Shankara's commentary on that, he explains what is dexterity and all that. But then he says, Yoga Karma Kaushalam, dexterity in an action is when an action is performed in a manner in which karma cannot chase you after that action. That is dexterity. Look at the clarity and the explanation. An action when performed, the karma phala will automatically come when any action is performed. If you can cut that off, then that is skill in that action. Perform action in such a way that the karma doesn't chase you. Look at it. What is skill in action? Action should be performed in such a manner that the karma phala doesn't come to you on performing the action. So how to avoid karma phala? Action must be performed, and that action must be selfless. What qualifies dexterity? Skill. Action must be selfless. To that action, there cannot be attachment. Dexterity. Action must be selfless. To that action, there cannot be attachment. And result of the action cannot be the motive. And that action, when it is dedicated, that is called a skill. Karma will not come. Now this is the clarity. So every word what he says, when we look, it is so inspiring. So his commentary stands today as an authority, pramana. That's why Gurudev calls him spiritual general. So that's how he wrote commentaries on these books, Prasthanatraya, and then took up something which was unimaginable. 80% of Bharat at that time was not connected, not anchored to Sanatana Dharma. 80% have moved to alien cultures, not connected to Sanatana Dharma. One man, a teenager, at the age of 16, he starts this work, going across the country. 16-year-old, walking across the country 4 times. Length and breadth, crisscrossing, unimaginable. For what? Convincing every person who came on his way, strategically, brought back that 80% lost population, anchored back to Sanatana Dharma single-handedly. This one can understand if one is 40 years old, 50 years old, 60, 70, age, wisdom, a teenager doing it. Imagine a 16-year-old calling someone for a debate. A 16-year-old today comes to you and says, come, let's sit for a debate. We may not sit for a debate. If we agree and sit and that person takes over, proves clearly that his point is right. And the culture of Bharat at that time was, if you convince me, I shall follow you. If you convince me, I shall follow you. This is the debate style. And Shankara was one of the most powerful debaters. His approach would be with logic, point to point, nobody could refute. A 16-year-old went around doing this. Debated all schools of thought, convinced. We are what we are today because of that man. We are what we are today. We would have been lost. So this is a very important aspect. Studied under a teacher, wrote commentary, and after that he took up the missionary work. Going across the country. One is debating with people. Second, Shankara understood brilliantly. It is only the confused sometime talk about Shankara as a Mayavadi. He spoke about Maya. If Shankara's Maya, if we understand that world is unreal, why would he walk 4 times across? He could have sat like Govind Pad in a cave. People misunderstand. that it's all Maya. He understood the power of illusion and he understood what it should be done with that. Moved around the country 4 times, meeting people, sitting, debating, winning. This is one part of it. But he knew not all are there to understand Vedanta as it is. Almost every temple which we see today, which is in a established positions, ancient temples, Shankara has a hand on it. After traveling across, when he came to Kerala back to be with his mother, last days of his mother, last moments of his mother, he was with her. A revolutionary, a rebel. He didn't care. He said, I'm a sannyasi and my mother wants me, I'll be with her and I'll do the last rites. Not acceptable at that time. The norm saying no. People who can swear by book without experience will always swear by book and talk. Shankara is not just a man of book alone, he is book and experience. He knew when to use what. He said, fine, I gave my word to my mother and I am doing it. Unheard of before. The Orthodox community ostracized him that day itself here. He didn't care. He did. From there he started. This journey is very interesting. After his mother's ritual, he came to Trishur. First went to Vadakanath temple because that's where his father and mother had a vision. They had a dream of a child coming to them. He first went there, re-established the puja vidhi. And from there, that is what is practiced today also in Vadakanath temple. From there to Guruvayur, the puja vidhi which is practiced in Guruvayur was established by Shankara, and that is going on even today. From Guruvayur temple to Ananta Padmanabha Swami temple. Imagine these temples in Kerala, how prominent they are, and Shankara's signature is there. From Ananta Padmanabha Swami temple in Trivandrum, he went to Kanyakumari, where the 3 seas meet. A very important Tirtha Kshetra for us. Kanyakumari temple was also renovated, restructured, the puja, and Shankara's sign is there on it. From there to Tiruchendur, look at the temples of Tamil Nadu. Kanyakumari, Tiruchendur, Rameshwaram, Madurai Meenakshi Amman temple, Chidambaram, Tiruvannamalai, Arunachala temple. Kanchi, Tirupati. Imagine Hindu culture if these temples are not there. From Vadakanath Shiva temple to Guruvayur to Ananta Padmanabha Swami, Kanyakumari, Tiruchendur, Rameshwaram, Madurai Meenakshi Amman temple, Tiruvannamalai, Arunachala, Chidambaram, Kanchi, and Srirangam in between, Tirupati. All these temples Shankara established, re-established. Traveling. And from there if you see Puri Jagannath, when Shankara went to Puri temple, in Puri temple idols were not there. The present idol which we see were not there. They were worshipping Saligram. So Shankara asked, what happened to these temples? What happened to the idols here? He said, some attack, some fanatic attack, we have to take the idols and hide somewhere. Our forefathers did that. I don't know where they are now. Nobody knows. He sat quietly. Said, in a banyan grove near Chilka Lake. He said, let's go there. He went, found those idols. The idols which are there in Puri Jagannath temple today were picked up by Shankara. Now imagine Orissa without Puri Jagannath. Can't think. And that Ratha Yatra culture, the king came at that time, that is practiced till today. The Ratha Yatra, the king comes and pulls the Ratha Yatra, started when Shankara was there, which is done till today. Imagine that whole state, Puri Jagannath, everything revolves around, anchored around Puri Jagannath. Orissa completely, see Shankara's contribution. Tamil Nadu, I told you, these temples, you remove these temples, Tamil Nadu has nothing. The entire Tamil Nadu was protected by this act. Same thing in Badrinath. When he went to Badrinath, again they were worshipping a Saligram. There was no temple there, no idol there. What happened again? Some other attack. When people come and attack, what do? You try to save the idol. The Vigraha, you take and hide it somewhere in a lake, in a banyan grove, put it in a pond, put it in a well, put it somewhere. So there they dropped it in a place called Narad Kund, near Badrinath, Alkananda river. They dropped it in Narad Kund. And people forgot. One generation, next generation, nobody knows where it is. Because when someone is attacking, you hardly get 2-3 days time before the attack happens to protect. So the idols were kept there. He sat quietly in Badrinath. Imagine the tunement. How effortlessly he can go into the past. Sat there quietly. It dawned on him, it revealed to him, and he said, let's go to Narad Kund. He and his disciples go to the Narad Kund. He jumps inside, swims, goes deep down, finds the idol and brings it up. That idol you have today in Badrinath, what is being worshipped in Badrinath is that. And not only found an idol in Badrinath, because Vishnu was sitting pose, and he said, for sitting pose, the people in Kerala are good in doing the puja. So he took the Nambudri from here. What a connection. An idol was found, re-established, and takes the priest from Kerala, places him in Badrinath saying, you take care of it. Connecting. No one integrated Bharat better than him. State by state you go. This Panduranga, how popular in Maharashtra. Again you have Shankara's signature. Every state, any of those main temples, you will find a touch of Shankara. Kamakhya in Assam. Practices were wrongly used. Recorrected it, programmed it correctly. Till today, the same thing is happening. Imagine Assam without Kamakhya temple. Pashupatinath, Muktinath, Nepal. If you look at Shankara state-wise, each state has to be grateful to him. Nobody else has done work like that. I have a quote which will summarize what we have discussed so far. Gurudev says, an exquisite thinker, a brilliant intellect, a personality scintillating with super think tank. Swamiji's words, sir. An exquisite thinker, a brilliant intellect, a personality scintillating super think tank with a vision of truth. Super think tank, strategy, everywhere so wonderfully strategized. Super think tank with the vision of truth. A heart throbbing with industrious faith. Young boy going around, and he knew his time was very limited. He knew that he doesn't have too much time. So in the limited time availability, what needs to be done, he did. Very industrious. Driven by a cause. So he says, a vision of truth, a heart throbbing with industrious faith, an ardent desire to serve the nation. This part of Shankara many people have forgotten. the connectivity he made. I tell you, please remember, we staying as Bharat, as one nation, that integrating factor Shankara played a vital role. Tirtha Yatra connects India. People from Tamil Nadu go all the way, Rameshwaram, they go all the way to Kashi. And people in that region come all the way to Rameshwaram. It is this yatra, travel across, has played a very vital role in us being a nation. And Shankara understood that. Tirtha Kshetras connect the country. Tirtha Kshetras keeps us together. From here all the way to Amarnath. Isn't it? Before the Article 370 abrogated, think. It was Amarnath Yatra which was making us go there. Connected. Rest of Bharat was connecting no matter what. Badrinath, Kedarnath, corners of India. And in Bharat, every state has some Tirtha Kshetra. So for us, this Yatra culture is very important, which connected and kept us as Bharat, and Shankara played a role in that. Every Tirtha Kshetra was brought back to the right direction. So here Gurudev says, a heart throbbing with industrious faith, an ardent desire to serve the nation, sweetly emotional and relentlessly logical. Nobody has described Shankara this beautifully. Sweetly emotional, relentlessly logical. Adi Shankara was the fittest spiritual general to champion the cause of Upanishads. Swami Chinmayananda. This is his quote. I read the quote once again. An exquisite thinker, a brilliant intellect, a personality scintillating super think tank with a vision of truth, a heart throbbing with industrious faith, an ardent desire to serve the nation, sweetly emotional and relentlessly logical. Adi Shankara was the fittest spiritual general to champion the cause of Upanishads. Swami Chinmayananda. This gives us what Shankara was. So across the country that way he did, and in our culture, look at the culture we come from, there was something called Sarvagnya Pita, which is now in Pakistan occupied Kashmir. I am sure soon it will be part of Bharat. And Viviktanandji can organize a Tirtha Yatra there. We will go to Sarvagnya Pita. Sarvagnya Pita, that side of the line of control, is a beautiful culture. How do you go to Sarvagnya Pita? How do you go there? A person who sits in that Pitam is called as Sarvagnya, who knows everything, omniscient, one who sits there. But can you go and sit there? Anybody, can they go and sit there? Sorry. The path to go there is the most hardest. Every possible philosopher will challenge you one-on-one debate. If you announce, I am going to go and sit in Sarvagnya Pita, I am going to give myself a title, saying, okay, very good, we welcome you, let's organize. Now you win the debate of everybody. Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Mimamsa, Dvaita, Vishishta Dvaita, all possible schools of thought, Jaina, Bauddha, Nastik, everybody. All schools of thought, the best of the champion in that school of thought will come and debate. You need to win them on debate. Logically, you have to prove your point. And after doing everything, you prove everything, debate everybody, then you are allowed to sit there. That too, the last condition would be, if you consider yourself pure, that you have not sinned, you have not harmed. Anaga. If you see yourself that way, go and sit. And Shankara entered Sarvagnya Peeth through southern door. What culture, where we come from? Think. What kind of a beauty this is, that you have to sit and talk, not religious violence. Let's debate intellectually. Let us talk. Prove the point. Like civilized human beings. In a civilized society, this is how it would be. Sit and talk, not through swords, not through force. Intellectually convince. And that was the culture we had. And Shankara mastered it. Did everything and went to Sarvagnya Peeth. Sat there. Saundarya Lahari. He wrote there in Kashmir, in Dal Lake. Kashmira Puravasini. The word Kashmir, from when? That way, every state this person has touched, the whole of Bharat. No one has integrated it more than him in that short span of time. Just 32 years. Work done, work accomplished, did not hang around. Job done, finished. What I came here for achieved, and at 32 he walked away. Last seen, last appeared was somewhere in Kedar. Gone after that. Leaving nothing behind. No relic is left, isn't it? This is the Vastra Shankara had. Where? What an Advaitin, what a sannyasi. Are people worship tooth. This is the tooth of somebody, this is this of that. Nothing of Shankara is left. Imagine that asangoham, when he says detached I am, detached I am. What of Shankara is there? One thing which he used. Nothing. Not even the trace of the body. Last we saw him was in Kedar. Left. Nothing, leaving nothing behind. Just a very, very rare, unique personality. And Gurudev said, Shankara Jayanti should be a national holiday. He said, the day we achieve that, India would have fully awakened. Bharat would have fully awakened. Shankara Jayanti should be a national holiday. A personality like this, everywhere else, any other part of the world would have celebrated this person. Beyond imagination they would have celebrated. Nothing. Not even philosopher's day, his birthday is celebrated as. Think. In Tapovan Prasad you will find that article where he says this birthday of Shankara should be a national holiday. Means the whole nation has awakened to this person. Whole nation comes to know about this person. We are far from it. But if we keep working, we will get there. In Omkareshwar, where Shankara met his guru and studied, after a long, long, long time, 108 feet murti of Shankara is established. That is called Ekatmadam. which was few centuries due, which should have been done few centuries ago. Now it has happened. So somewhere things are moving in that direction when Gurudev said his birthday should be a national holiday, like Diwali is a national holiday. And here is a person who integrated Bharat that way, and it should be a holiday, means a auspicious day for us. Think. So there in Ekatma Dham, a brilliant tribute to Shankara is being made. And this is very, very fulfilling. Finally, there is a government in Madhya Pradesh which decided that where Shankara studied with his guru, we must do something. And what was unimaginable so far, the government has sanctioned 2,500 crores for this particular project, Ekatma Dham, in which the first phase of it is done, where the Murti of 108 feet is established. And other things are coming up. There's going to be a gallery about Shankara's life. There will be a theater in which people can sit and watch his life. With AI technology, the work which is happening would be one beautiful tribute. All the galleries when we walk through Shankara. And there is a very lovely Nauka Vihar, it is called, which is coming up, which is in the second phase. That is a place we have to remember. There's a small boat, you sit on the boat and you go on a boat ride. One side of the boat ride you will see Narmada Parikrama. The important places of Narmada will be shown. The other side is Advaita Parampara. Before Shankara, who are the Advaita masters? Shankara. After Shankara, who are the Advaitic masters? Who has contributed work? There could be many, but people who have contributed in reviving this culture. So, the masters before Shankara, Shankara and the people after Shankara, the last person in that is Gurudev. In that Nauka Vihar you will have. So the Advaita Parampara before Shankara and in the middle, there you will have Gurudev. So that would be an interesting learning for everybody. If you go there, you will see the entire contribution of Advaitic Vedantins. On a boat, all that you have to do is sit in a boat and you go through and you learn. It's a lovely project. If someone had told us this thing some years ago, we wouldn't have even believed. There's a musical fountain where Chandogya Upanishad is discussed. Uddhalaka and Swetaketu. In water fountain coming, and Tattvamasi Mahavakya is the discussion. Tattvamasi Swetaketu, Tattvamasi Swetaketu. And when people sit there and watch all this, and as they get up and go, we play Nirvan Shatakam. Imagine the mind. A gallery of 5,000 people. Omkareshwar is a Jyotirlinga. This is coming up. These are all beautiful tributes. No one would have even imagined few years ago that suddenly our nation will wake up to Shankara. Waking up to Shankara is a deep call. Waking up to Advaita is a very deep call. Slowly that awakening is happening. That's why these things are happening well. By 2025 end or 2026 early, a movie on Adi Shankara is being made, which will be released. The script part of it is done. Now we are going to do Reiki in different places, find out and then start the shooting. This will be a global movie. Shooting will happen in Hindi as well as in English. And we are planning to bring few Hollywood stars to act, so that Shankara by 2026 is introduced to a Hollywood audience. A very good movie is being made, script is done, we have finalized the direction, the teams are all in place, now it's only in execution. That work would happen. So, celebrating Gurudev's birthday and Shankara's birthday together is a very unique thought. Swami Vivekanandaji and the team took up this initiative. Thank you so much for making us think about these two wonderful people. Thanks for calling me here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Swamiji.